Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on your geographical location and your time zone. I am Kodili-nye, the son of the wonderful, and the friend of the helper and the comforter. Thank you once again. I am wonderful, and I do believe you are having a wonderful experience. I hope you are having a wonderful experience. Wherever you are, let the wonderful also be your portion. Thank you once again. We are having a beautiful winter period. It's very cold this morning again. As you know, this time is a blessed time of winter, which is something that we don't need to be angry about. We need to celebrate. This is a gift from God anyway. We thank God for this code also. In everything we give him thanks. Actually, we'll see all the pigeons. They've been mesmerized by the code also. They are just waiting to have some things to to enjoy. So we are going to discuss several things. But by the way, I have to welcome all the new subscribers that just joined this family, this great family of success, the family of the wonderful. We here. That's how we do here. We are people of a wonderful experience and the wonderful things happening to us. Especially this year, 2024, God's own year for our own exceeding miracles and favors and blessings and the wonderful things happening. We're going to discuss the rise of Onitsha 2024. The rise of Onitsha 2024. Onitsha, the greater Onitsha. When I talk about Onitsha, for those that do not know about Onitsha is a city in the bank of the river Niger, part of Anambra State, southeast of Nigeria, West Africa. This city has been known for decades for the power in commerce and industry and other innovation. Educational institutions, major educational institutions started there. And this commercial city has been in existence for centuries and has contributed immensely to the development of the nation called Nigeria. And it will be foolhardy for anybody to take Onitsha out of the picture. Although over the years the city was totally abandoned by the government, both central and the state, neglecting it like how Nigeria is known to behave, not exploiting the opportunity that is so, and let's just look at this monster of a building. Many flats. This must have more than 75 flats on it. Yeah, it must have more than 75 flats. Most of them here are between 75 flats or more. Look at that's the beauty. It's a giant of a building. Onitsha, as we are discussing, is a giant commercial city. According to Demography Africa, 4 years ago said that the greater Onitsha metropolitan city is 8.5 million. The latest this in the reckon that Onitsha is over 10 million people living in Onitsha. And these 10 million people are a great economic advantage if any government that is serious and knows their onions would like to exploit to their benefit, and is something that is something of a blessing, not a disadvantage or a curse like the politicians tend to do. When you have a big population in a very small area like that, it's also a very great blessing. And the landmass of the greater Onitsha region or Onitsha city is not that vast, but it tends to be very densely populated and densely habitated by people, and lots of structures and buildings and industry. A lot of small-scale industries running into more than a million small-scale industries, and other thousands of medium and large-scale industries. That is, let's look at that picture in that place. Mural. Let's bring it near to you. Look at the mural. You see the mural there? That's art. Look at, he makes that wall. He makes that wall very, very pleasing to the eye and very, very captivating. Very captivating. That's a way to get an area beautified. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. You see. So that's how Onitsha is. Onitsha is a very beautiful city. So it has a big population, which any politician or any technocrat that is in power would actually be a gold mine and a great privilege to be handling that city. So, but over the years, he has suffered adverse neglect in the infrastructure, that many of the infrastructures collapse. The road system, the water system, the security architecture collapsed, the environmental things collapsed, and a lot of parts of Onitsha was experiencing the type of development that you call a slum development, or a dangerous spread of prison or ghetto houses. And this has caused a lot of problem, because a lot of industries with the fumes have been set up in the residential areas, and some of the area that's supposed to be designated was turned into commercial, and the government was nowhere to be found. You only see the government officials completely maltreating the people, taking a lot of kickbacks and a lot of things, and completely exploiting the people without nothing to show for it. And the hospitals, the health systems collapse, the school systems become unaffordable to the people from that area. And this was a big issue, and it continued. So this giant of a city find himself crawling like a little baby. A giant of a city was reduced into a laughing stock. And a lot of other cities in Nigeria started growing, becoming modernized. Infrastructure road-wise was becoming nice, having wider roads. But Onitsha was left in a sorry state, with narrow, dilapidated infrastructure, no good roads, no clean environment was neglected. There is no garden set up. There is no trees planted. The street lights, we are nowhere to be found. A lot of things was happening, and the pollution level went to the top. And this was happening for a long time. And even those that are supposed to be managing giant of a city, we are not ashamed. The local councils that are part of this greater Onitsha zone or metropolitan city like Onitsha North, Onitsha South, Obaru, Oyi, and Demili, we are nowhere to be found. They keep on sending marauders and cows to go to the market and on the roads to exploit people. And a lot of charlatans and riffraffs and people of questionable character swarm the city from many of the other states and started causing nuisance, causing lawlessness, causing pain to the inhabitants of the city. And getting having a government of their own, like warlords. And they were basically controlling the people, and the politicians was also using them during the elections, and the politician was like empowering them. It's like go ahead and carry on your nefarious activities. Go ahead to carry on your nefarious activities. It doesn't matter. So that's what was happening. That was the story of Onitsha. And it continued, and it was a disaster because it started causing a lot of things. There was open drainages here and there. So many things was happening. So, and the coming of P2B regime is talking about, although towards the end of his regime, he talked about a new plan for nature. But he wasn't able to conclude that because he started it very late. But what he did is he did one expansion of the major artery Onitsha Head Bridge to a 10-lane motorway. That's the major contribution he brought to the city. He did other smaller things, but he now set up something like a master plan for the city and other cities in Anambra State. But that plan was truncated. Subsequent regime like Willie Obiano completely abandoned the whole place, abandoned Onitsha, and Onitsha died and started resurrecting in Asaba. And Onitsha died and started resurrecting in Asaba. It was that bad that the city of Onitsha was like uprooted and moved to Asaba. And the Asaba started rising. And the funeral service for Onitsha was being prepared. And as he was being prepared, Soludo, the erudite professor of economics, Professor Chukuma Soludo, took over power. He was elected as the governor. And he came, and during his campaign, he talked about resurrecting Onitsha as African Dubai, Taiwan. He was saying that he is dreaming of seeing high-rise buildings at the bank of the Niger. He's talking about the resurrection of Onitsha into a giant and a great city again. And he was adamant that he will fulfill that. He will bring innovative ideas in revamping Onitsha, getting rid of all the slums, tidying up the environment, getting the whole place tidied up and completely revamped. and he was passionate, and you know him, he has ability, the gift of jab or gift of oratory. He was able to be talking about it, and in a way and a manner, people started believing that he will actually that he will hit the ground running within the first 6 months. Unfortunately for many of the people, he was not coming up with that goods. He was delaying, dilly-dallying, and he was being distracted by insecurity issues and other things and other political matters. He was being distracted, and he was keep on saying, I will. So I will get rid of touts, I will do this, I will do that, I will do. So he was saying all those things, and the time was going. And the pain in that was part of the story of Onitsha continued. And it was that bad. It was that bad. The road was in a sorry state. You know, it's difficult to move around in Onitsha. Everywhere, all the major streets was converted into trading zones. A key form of business flattered in Onitsha. It was very, very bad. And even in the markets, the largest market, the main market, a lot of people cannot trade anymore because you cannot even enter the market. The roads leading to it completely collapsed. And even inside the market, everywhere was completely occupied, was being the Sawili Obiano actually, you know, as the story told, that they sold most of the place to give it to everybody. The car park was built upon, no space anymore. The people cannot even breathe in the market anymore. The market becomes so bad that even their customers was fearing coming into the market, because where will you walk into the market? The market has become a place that you cannot even enter. It's very unattractive. It's not fit for purpose. It's not a very good place to do business anymore. So that's why the Sabah and other cities started taking away from what Onitsha has toiled over the years. And the issue of insecurity that fostered in the Nigeria, especially in the east, and with all those sit-at-homes, the shenanigans and all those things, some people conjured to completely kill off the business in Onitsha. So that was the challenge. And because the governor was not moving with speed in correcting these anomalies, the people started losing faith, losing trust, losing the belief they have in him that he is the one that will bring about this complete transformation of Onitsha. So the governor started awarding some roads, but those roads was being done like you know, it wasn't done with like seriousness. And some of the contractors was not known contractors, not the ones that will actually make things happen for even to bring the image of the government, you know, to remedy the situation. So they were doing the work, trying to do the work, but it wasn't actually going anywhere. It wasn't actually moving that much until towards the end of 2023. And towards that end of 2023, what happened is that it's like after some criticisms and all those things, the governor realized that he has actually delayed and he has actually derailed his mission in a way, that he has been bogged down by shenanigans and other things that are not necessarily important for the people, that the people in the street have started to lose hope on him. And he started to increase the tempo of his of the construction. So yeah, actually, many of the roads I started doing jobs on it, but a lot of things remain. I am Kodili-nye. Wherever you are joining us from, remember to like, remember to comment, remember to subscribe to this channel if you have not subscribed. The promise here is to bring you the good videos. This is the aeroplane. You can see the plane that's moving to Heathrow. That's is going to land very soon. In next 10 minutes, it will be landing in Heathrow, because Heathrow is not far from here. So that's exactly what we are. That's exactly what we are talking about, and so that's it. Yeah. Yeah, hi.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, we are just doing a video.
I can see.
Yeah. Welcome to the vlog.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, hi. How is everything going?
Oh man,
It's really cold today.
very cold. You can
Yes,
see it from all
okay.
the angle.
Okay, I will speak to you. Let me continue. I'm just discussing about Onitsha, the Onitsha, the great city in Nigeria.
Very important.
Yes. Okay. See you next time.
All right now.
See you.
Yeah. You have a nice day.
Yeah. Okay. See you. This was one. The guy is also from Nigeria. Where I just So we are talking about on the rise of Onitsha 2024. The rise of Onitsha 2024. We are discussing in depth the condition of Onitsha and what is going on. So many of roads in Onitsha has been awarded by the governor. Some of them are abandoned by the contractors. Nobody knows if they were paid. In the greater Onitsha region, like the one in POP Road, stroke NEPA in Awadu-Ugwagba, St. Peter's, and the Amazu Road. These are roads that completely it's like abandoned, or skeletal services are happening there. Over a year now, not much has been done. The drainage are still going on, and at a point there was a rumor that a contract has been terminated, but nobody knows for sure, because the government are not actually being on the ground to reassure people or do anything to show them actually they are in control or something. Nobody knows, no information, nothing. So the thing allowed filtering of a lot of things. So the Niger Street or Niger Road that leads to Main Market has been completed, but it still faces a lot of challenges because the pedestrian works were not done properly, and a lot of the slums and the street traders are still occupying both sides of the road, making the place to look to deface the whole environment, a place that should have showcased the governor's determination to turn Onitsha around, because that road is a very flagship road into Main Market, and it's also facing the River Niger. That's a road that a lot of the analysts say that he should have dualized to make it a very massive road, linking it to Sixth Avenue, that he should also dualize this avenue, joining to Obijackson, or the near Ochanja, where he's also dualizing. That with that alone, he would have actually transformed Onitsha just like that. And it will look very nice, and taking away most of those attachments that were in that area, so that the place will look like African Dubai, Taiwan. He envisaged of that one would have make Onitsha to look very nice. So it's building a lot of roads, that area, more streets. It's Bida Road, Creek Road, Premier Road. Is doing Buko was initially abandoned, but they started working again towards the end of 2023. So there are a lot of roads that he has actually awarded, and is on the process of doing. Some of the people, the challenge he had is that people are saying that his road has not shown the seriousness of big like what he has been saying. the roads has not been done like is done in other states. So they've been saying a lot of things anyway. But the main thing is that he has, for the first time, he has awarded quite a few roads, and you can see them being done. So we are talking about the rise of Onitsha 2024. So roads will play a very crucial role in all these things, because roads is one of the only transport means in Onitsha. And Onitsha to rise again, the roads must be number one, especially not just building the roads, but also expanding those narrow roads, dualizing most of the key roads in Onitsha, expanding it. What do we mean by expansion? Total expansion. So making it to be fit for purpose in order to carry the big population. So because if I'm not doing it, it will not help the commerce and industry in Onitsha. So that's why it's very important for them to do the roads in Onitsha. It's very, very important to do the roads in Onitsha, to expand it. And not just expanding it, but to take away some of those attachment to those buildings in major roads in Onitsha. That one alone will go a long way in beautifying Onitsha, in rescuing Onitsha from the years of dilapidation and years of low cost. So that's what they need to do. They need to do consigning Onitsha. They need to upper worker down to main market. Most of those attachments to buildings must be removed if the government is serious about environment and the expansion of those roads and painting of those houses with unique paintings and planting of trees and a lot of things. So most of the key roads must be expanded, dualized, and attachments removed from those buildings. So and strict laws applied to offenders who will turn around to put it back. So that's what they actually need to do if they are to get Onitsha to rise again, especially this year 2024. So the government should endeavor to do this, because if they don't, nothing tangible will be achieved. That's what we are discussing. It's very, very cold today, so we are marching to bring you something that is wonderful, the rise of Onitsha. If you are joining, I am Kodili-nye, the son of the wonderful, and we are marching to bring you something that cheers your heart. Let's continue on our discussion series. Remember that you can also contribute in the comment sections, and very important for you to also bring up your own ideas and what you think that will cause the rise of Onitsha this year 2024. We are discussing the rise of Onitsha, the coming back of Onitsha, the rise of the great city of Onitsha. So now, very important that Onitsha city, the government should develop mechanic and innovation villages in Onitsha, Greater Onitsha region. They should develop around or license for the development of mechanic village that will have something like between 5 to 10 mechanic villages around the Onitsha Onitsha greater region. So why am I saying that? It will help also to tidy up the city centers and the major roads that have been occupied by the roadside mechanics that have defaced the whole city with oils, dirty oils, and a lot of things, and that has left the whole place in a mess. So by so doing, those 5 or 10 will have like a workshop or stores that will have everything that will be used in repairing vehicles and machineries. It will have something like a space of each of them will have between space of 100 to 200. So, and this will also create an innovation center where people are sent to learn how to repair cars, how to manage cars, and a lot of things, how to repaint, and a lot of things, a lot of other engineering things concerning cars. So thinking about having 10 of it in Onitsha. So that with each having around 100 space. So you are talking about 1,000 space, 1,000 people engage in this with a lot of, it will be done in a very modern way. It will be done properly to look like something of 21st century. So that's what we are discussing about. So that's what one of the things that will make Onitsha to rise again. To rise, the rise of Onitsha 2024. The rise of Onitsha 2024. So another thing is creating also malls or shopping malls, modern shopping malls. So we discussed yesterday about building 4 malls and modern mart shopping experience in Awada Sokugwaba business or part of Greater Onitsha region. But now we are talking about the whole Onitsha now. So if you are having 4 in Ogwaba Obosi, Onitsha. So Onitsha is looking at a way that government should intervene and create like 20 places for modern malls that either they are involved in directly or partner or part and or PPP. So public-private participation. So they will develop the place with modern shopping experience, an amusement park, swimming pools, a lot of things. And each of these will have like event halls, between 10 event halls in them. They will have also musical studios, they will have office spaces, and bigger shopping experience, shopping spaces that can accommodate bigger enterprises, like having in each of them around 5 of that, and have between 250 to 500 business spaces in them. So this also will not only bring the rise of Onitsha, but it will bring a lot of revenue to Onitsha, the city of Onitsha. This will cause the rise of Onitsha, because suddenly the business in that place will be modernized and it will be fit for purpose. That's what this will entail. And this is a win-win situation for Onitsha. I am Kodili-nye. Keep on listening. So, we are talking about the rise of Onitsha. So, the government should look at in security infrastructure and security improvement of security in Onitsha. So by employing between 1 to 5,000 trained security vigilantes that will work with the police, and also having CCTV cameras installed, and also making sure that all the streets are completely covered by solar powered street lights, and all the houses having street lights, at least 2 street lights installed in each of the compound, so that the whole place will brighten up, everywhere be littered in the night. So there should be a consistent push to make sure that this happens. And once this is done, it will change Onitsha, and it will cause the rise of Onitsha. It will cause the rise of Onitsha. It will cause Onitsha to rise, because as Anambra State, in which Onitsha is part of, is regarded as the light of the nation. So if the whole place is littered with light, it will create a wow situation, a wow atmosphere, and it will make the city different from other cities. And suddenly the city will be broadened, and everywhere will look completely different from other cities in Nigeria and beyond. So the environment, Onitsha has had an image of a dirty city, very dirty city, like a lot of Nigerian cities. But for Onitsha to rise, the government should be very, very serious in tidying up the streets. In waste collection, the waste collection has been poor. What do we mean by poor? Is the collection of waste, the management of waste has been very, very poor. That's why they will also need to deal with that seriously. For 2 years, he has not been able to fashion a way to solve this problem. He has not been able to solve this problem. If he say he has solved the problem, he need to go to the street and see how dirty the whole place is. So actually, he has failed. He need to go to the drawing board to get this city up and running. Get the waste. I think for me, it will take me not more than 6 months to get everything put in place. Not more than 6 months, because not just giving contracts to those people, but the regulatory part of it, and also making sure that that the job is done, and heavy penalties applied to companies that default the contracted obligations. So, and to the landlords and tenants and other people, business concerned, a minimum standard must be set, with a heavy penalty on the violators of environmental laws. So that's what personally I will apply, because it's the situation is not something that should be handled with kid gloves anymore. So, and a system of carrot and stick should be applied. What I mean by that is the government should encourage the people, help them, and to make sure that their place are tidied up. And by tidying up, the government will also reward neighborhoods with awards, cash awards and other things, incentive to get their areas to the level. And the government should set up model neighborhoods, a neighborhood that they have already shown how it should be. They should set it up and tidy the place and show the people, look, we want all the layouts, estates, houses to look like this one. so that we give you 6 months to make sure that your area is like this. And the government should employ a lot of sanitary inspectors that mean business, those that are very serious, those that are going to work and with checks and balance on their work, that any of them that fail will be fired immediately. So this is what the government should be doing. This is what the government should be doing. So, and the planting of trees in every house, at least minimum of 2 trees in every house. Each of the houses must have a minimum of 2 trees. If there is no tree in your house, the government will have obligation to be fining you a speculated amount, and this will also help to get the people walking. And the street corners, the provision of gardens and green area and wooded area, forests, creating mini forests in the Onitsha will actually help to beautify it and also to deal with the pollution level and to reduce the pollution level. So this will actually help. And the government should also look at setting up business parks in Onitsha. Onitsha should have no less than 10 business parks. New ones, I'm not talking about the old ones. They should build 10 new business parks. And each of these business parks will have between 500 to 1,000 space for businesses, where you have those that are processing, those and like food exchange. You have the ones for food exchange, whereby the food that are coming into the city will go there, vegetables. You have many of them in different north, west, east, south of the city. So you have that people don't bring in every manner of things into the city just like that. It goes to the food exchange. That from there, that's where it's brought into the market area, or we have fruits, other things like vegetables, meat, poultry products, a lot of things. The food exchange on its own will be something like the business plan for food exchange in Onitsha zone or Onitsha city should be between 5 to 10 alone. So I'm not even talking about that business park ideas. Other business park ideas where there's establishment of poultry and the animal industry, fisheries. We have fishes. The Onitsha fish industry will be re-engineered or rehabilitated again. So these are things they need to be doing in order to get Onitsha rising again. If you are joining us now, we are discussing about Onitsha, the rise of Onitsha. The rise of Onitsha, the rise of Onitsha, the rise of Onitsha. So another one, which is a major one, is the setting up of the Greater Onitsha Development Authority. Greater Onitsha Development Authority. Because all these things we are talking about will not work if there is no authority that will be mandated to carry on all those things. They should have Greater Onitsha Development Authority, which will manage this everything about Onitsha. That's what should be put in place immediately without any delay. So now, Onitsha carnivals should be, you have the Ofala carnivals. They should also have musical carnivals in Onitsha. So they should have football, Onitsha League, Onitsha City League, that will be done. The Onitsha City League might involve the Market League, might involve football clubs, and encouragement of private individuals and the markets to have something like a game village, setting up a game park where they have sports clubs and all those things with a lot of other things. This will actually keep Onitsha on the map. And the Onitsha Marathon. Onitsha Marathon should be like an annual event. They should have the greater Onitsha Marathon and the mini Onitsha Marathon. This should be staged that many people will be visiting Onitsha for that. And the musical concerts should be also encouraged. Musical concert in Onitsha should also be whereby Onitsha will host all type of musical concerts and competitions, big ones. So that's what they need to set up in Onitsha. And by doing that, Onitsha will be in the map. Onitsha will rise. And they should think about setting up 20,000 seater Onitsha convention space where all these big things will be hosted. So they should set it up. They should set it up. And the government should look at the quickening of starting the Nollywood international event arena that was proposed for Onitsha. They should hasten up on that. They should also look at getting more activities in Onitsha. And they should develop ICT hub in Onitsha, the Onitsha Silicon Valley. The idea was hatched a long time ago. With this one person, two scale agenda of the government, I think the time for them to set this thing up is now, because it will actually help to change the narrative, because with setting it up, it will also help to expand the economy and also to attract more skills in Onitsha. So that's one of the things to make Onitsha to rise again. Government should also move to partner with other private and charity organizations to set up more universities for Onitsha zone. Onitscha is one of the cities for over the years has no universities, until recently that the Catholic Church and Anglican Church set up their universities. So, but Onitsha need around 10 universities. Greater Onitsha zone should have between 10 universities and 5 polytechnics. So, and the government should also set up something like 100 vocational colleges, where many skills will be imparted to the people, like masons, carpentry works, iron fabrications, and other electrical fixing and building of electronics and other things. So garment making, cosmetic making, and other things. So that's one of the things they need to set up for Onitsha to rise again. So we are going to also discuss about the import substitution. Onitsha has Nigeria's biggest importers. Most of Nigeria's biggest importers have their offices or started in Onitsha. So now, the governor of Soludo should now call them. I know that he called some of them the other time, but it looks like there's no urgency or seriousness on this, because the government is always sovereign. The government, because of that sovereign authority it can always help to change things. So now he can go and call them get them into to get their partners in China, in Taiwan, in Pakistan, in Turkey, in Spain, in Italy, to build their industries. So the government will act like the sovereign authority that will mortgage that. Now the government will provide like 1,000 space for those industries. The government will build those infrastructure there in partnership and now help to secure the finance so that they will start producing most of those things they are bringing into Onitsha in main market. So that one should be done immediately. And we have talked about fishery a little bit, but $1 billion fish industry in Onitsha should be started again. The project should start, because Onitsha attempt to have a lot of people consuming fish, but most of the fishes are not from Onitsha. So the fish industry in Onitsha, it can start because Onitsha has a lot of streams and rivers which can help to get those ponds that will supply most of the fish, not just for the consumption in Onitsha, but also for export, for processing and for export. So that's one of the things the government should be doing to create the atmosphere for greater change in Onitsha. So the road to Onitsha Rising is basically this year is the speed and the passion of the governor of Soludo, or Governor Soludo of Anambra State, and his government in moving with changing gear agenda, in moving with speed and determination. So if they cannot do that, all these things we are talking will not happen. So we are just discussing the rise of Onitsha 2024. We are doing the first part of it. We will continue the second part, the rise of Onitsha. First part, we are just finishing the rise of Onitsha this year. And this rise of Onitsha this year will make Onitsha the giant, and will make Onitsha to be taller than every other city around Nigeria, around the world. The rise of Onitsha 2024. The rise of Onitsha 2024. Onitsha ekunye, Onitsha ekunye, Onitsha ekunye kacha. 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 Onitsha ekunye, kunye, Onitsha ekunye, Onitsha ekunye kacha. Onitsha ekunye, kunye, Onitsha ekunye, kunye, Onitsha ekunye kacha. Onitsha ekunye, kunye, Onitsha ekunye, kunye, Onitsha ekunye kacha. The rise of Onitsha 2024, part 1. We just finished the part 1. We are going to do the part 2 of this series. So stay tuned with us. I am Kodili-nye, the son of the wonderful. I hope you have enjoyed what we have discussed. Let us go to the comment section and continue on this. Your suggestions and your ideas will be much welcome. Remember, if you are not subscribed to this vlog, please subscribe. Please share this. We want 1 million view on this. Please share as many people, share to groups, and you will help us to project and bring this information out. We are entertaining, we are informative, and we are educative, and we offer solution to issues that need to be changed. And the gloomy situation, we help to eradicate the gloomy situation and making everywhere bright. Remember, Onitsha is part of Anambra State, the light of Nigeria. The light of Nigeria. Thank you once again for staying patient. Thank you once again for joining us in this road of success. And this road of success is the rise of Onitsha 2024. The rise of Onitsha 2024. And Onitsha, we are seeing Onitsha rising. And with you, with all your suggestions and with all your comments, Onitsha is rising, and Onitsha is moving with speed, and the changing gear is happening. The transformation will surely come, and people will rejoice in the streets. People will dance again, and many people will be coming into Onitsha, and Onitsha will be a livable city and a prosperous city, and Onitsha will be a final destination, not a departure point. And that's quoting the words of the erudite professor of economics, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, the Anambra State present governor. Onitsha will rise again. Onitsha, the rise of Onitsha 2024. Thank you very much. Subscribe, share, and see you in the next video. Bye.